And so Jesus comes into this moment of time for them, and he says this just a verse before. He says, "Don't misunderstand why I have come. I didn't come to abolish the law of Moses or the writings of the prophet. No, I came to accomplish their purposes." That word accomplish in Greek means to complete. So Jesus was telling this Jewish culture, listen, I'm not doing away with your laws, but I have stepped into this moment to bring the kingdom of heaven to earth and show you that I am going to show you the fullness and the completeness of what these actually mean, that your life is not just about rules. But I want you to know what it is to have a relationship. And I want you to know the value of relationships. It'll be later that Matthew records the words of Jesus when he says, all the law and the prophets hang on two commands. Love the Lord your God with what? All your heart, all your mind, all your soul, and your strength. And then he said there's a second commandment, to love your neighbor as yourself. So he says, I'm bringing all of this into two important heart matters. What your relationship looks like to me and what your relationship looks like to others. Because I'm going to write my law now on your heart, because I'm going to make your heart my home. But a lot of times we like rules more. Because see, with rules we can check boxes, right? We can say, I paid my tithes, check. I greeted at the door and I served at the church, check. I didn't murder a kid today. It's the end of the day and everybody's still alive, check. And so when we live in the checkbox world, we can live with this transactional relationship with Jesus that's just about making sure we get things right according to a rule. But Jesus has come now to get into our hearts. And when Jesus gets all up into our hearts and starts poking and prodding in areas, it can sometimes make us uncomfortable. But he's saying there's something more that I'm after. I'm after all of you. I'm not after a piece of you. I'm after all of you. Because we can check the box of serving on the committee that oversees the finances for the church, but then we can look at Jesus and say, but don't talk to me about how I spend my money. Or we can check the box at saying our prayers at the restaurant, but we can mistreat the server. And Jesus is saying, listen, I've come to show you that there is a fullness to the kingdom of God that wants to navigate every space and place of your heart. And why does this matter so much? It matters so much because storms are coming. And we know by the end of Matthew 7 that some people are going to collapse beneath the weight of their storm. And I've learned in my own life that when people collapse underneath the weight of their storm, they need to know that someone else has walked through that storm and is still standing. That they weren't destroyed by it. That there's a person of faith they can go to and say, how did you navigate this? What did you hold on to? How did you come through such a great pain? And Jesus is saying, that's why I'm going to get all up into your heart, because I am far more concerned about your character than I am your comfort.